Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays podcast here on our YouTube channel. Joining me, as always, we have Trey Trends and Jacob Teats. We would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas today, and hopefully everyone got what they wanted for Christmas this year. I don't know about you guys. My Christmas was going really, really good until I had to watch that Denver and Rams game, and then we get another stinker game tonight. But how'd your guys' Christmas go?
Teats, you can go first.
Overall pretty good. I can't really complain too much. I watched some good basketball at least today so far and got at least one good game out of the way before the Rams won. So we'll see how the rest of this game goes.
Trey?
Well, LeBron did what he was supposed to do, but the Lakers did not win. So I did not have an overly good Christmas, but I spent time with my girlfriend and went over to my mom's house in the morning and opened up some gifts. So that was some fun.
Well, I'd recommend turning that Tampa game off for everybody and flipping on a Christmas movie instead because it's a stinker tonight.
Hey, well, I bet the under. That was, that was my member play on the website. So if you're a member and you took advantage, but I mean, unless something crazy happens in the second half.
Don't say it's a winner yet, but we are recording tonight because we have a game to talk about tomorrow night. Monday Night Football. We have the Chargers going to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Chargers are -4. The over-under is set at 45.5. I'll start with Teats.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one. I feel like the Chargers, they're finally getting back to being healthy. They're kind of looking like a complete team. Justin Herbert's finding himself, Keenan Allen quite a bit more now that he's back, and he's really enjoying it so far. The Colts, they imploded last time. 33-point lead turns into a 39-36 loss in overtime. Jeff Saturday has to be kicking himself because your defense and special teams did so much for you, and you did nothing with it. So I think that the Colts are going to continue this dismal season, and I think that the Chargers take this one. So -4 should be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm with you, Teats. I have to side with the Chargers in this game. This is the correct play, Chargers -4. Now I'm going to tell you how it's going to lose. It's crazy, but Nick Foles is starting in this game, and it's the one time a year where he's going to come out and win a game. It's just who he is as a player. I don't like the Colts at all. They are an embarrassment to the NFL, but Nick Foles will win this game somehow, some way. My advice would be not to bet this game, save your coin, but for the sake of the YouTube video and for YouTube records, I'm going to take the Chargers -4, but stick to player props in this game. I don't like either side, but Chargers -4 for the sake of the YouTube video. Trey?
I mean, you could always pick a total, but I mean, at the same time, we don't know which Colts team's going to show up. I rode the Colts last week +3.5. They were up 33-0 and almost lost me the cover. And I also rode with the Chargers last week -2.5, and they won by 3 against the Titans. So both these teams are coming into this week with good faith for me. Which team am I going to pick? I'm going to ride with the Chargers -3.5. The Colts are somehow not big underdogs in this game at +4 with Nick Foles, who has not played a meaningful game in exactly one calendar year. His last start was December 26th of 2021, exactly 1 year ago from today's game. And, the Chargers have everything to play for. They have a wild card locked up. They got teams behind them nipping at their heels. So I'm going to go Chargers -3.5. I'm going to -4 is kind of a weird number, so I'm just going to go with the 3.5.
All right, so we're all riding the Chargers on Monday Night Football, but let's switch over to Prize Pick for some player props. Teats, I'll start with you. Colts and Chargers.
I always bring you some fun ones, and again, we're not going to be watching really a fun game, especially because of one team, so I'm going to bring you some interesting ones. So we just talked about Nick Foles being the starting quarterback. Well, let's go over to the interceptions thrown column, and I'm taking his over of one half. Nick Foles has not played a game in a calendar year. That means that there's been 365 days for him not to take meaningful reps besides in practice. I think that this Chargers defense is pretty solid, and they can definitely lock down if they want to. They have some dogs at cornerback and safety. And I think that if they throw the ball, then Nick Foles is going to throw an interception, and that's just how it's going to be. The other play is going to be the Chargers defense for 2 sacks. I think that this Colts offensive line is not going to be able to consistently keep up with the Chargers defensive line in front seven. I know that Joey Bosa is out, but I think the rest of the Chargers defense can still pick up that slack and get at least three or 2.5 to 3 sacks.
Yeah, I don't hate that one at all, and I like that Nick Foles over 1 pick. I think he's probably going to throw one at least. I'm going to go ahead and go next. I'm just going to give one prop, and it's going to be a lock in my eyes. It's going to be Justin Herbert over 280.5 passing yards. The Chargers throw the ball second most in the NFL. Herbert has thrown for over 300 yards in 3 straight games, and he's getting the Colts on Monday Night Football. If you think the Colts have a good secondary, I'd like you to run back that game last week against the Vikings. Kirk Cousins went for 460 passing yards basically all in the second half of that game, and it's not like the Colts didn't know he wasn't going to throw the ball. They were up by 33. So Herbert over 280.5. It won't be close. Lock it in for Monday Night Football. Trey?
Yeah, and I didn't want this to be the shit on Nick Foles podcast, but I'm gonna go under on his 222.5. Are we just supposed to expect them to insert a 33-year-old Nick Foles into a already sputtering Colts offense and expect them to take a big step forward? I'm not so sure. His last start was exactly 1 year ago, and before that, his last start before that was November 16th of 2020. So he just has not played a lot of football. So this is a pretty high number for, a guy that doesn't really pass the ball a lot, honestly. And he didn't really play that good this preseason. And the whole preseason, he only passed for 152 passing yards. And his playmakers aren't that good outside of Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, and Paris Campbell are both downfield threats. And I don't know if I can trust Nick Foles' arm to kind of get it to them. And over the last 3 games, the Chargers have only allowed 178 passing yards per game, which ranks 6th in the NFL. So put that in a bucket, stir it up, and that equals under Nick Foles' 222.5 passing yards. And my next play, and I guess my last play, is going to be Keenan Allen over 60.5 receiving yards. Keenan Allen has been pretty injured this year, but when he's been healthy, he has been producing. If you look at the game log, last 5 games, averaging over 81 receiving yards, hit it 4 out of his last 5 games, and he primarily plays in the slot. Kenny Moore is out for this game again, so I mean that's just going to be a barbecue chicken in the slot to a Colts defense that, like Bear said, allowed 426 passing yards to the Vikings last week. 460. Woof.
Yeah.
And in Keenan Allen's only 2 career games against the Colts, he's had 107 receiving yards and 123 receiving yards. So I really love Keenan Allen against the Colts in this matchup. And also, like Bear said, the Chargers passed the ball a ton, ranked 2nd in the NFL. So I think it's going to be pretty easy for Keenan Allen to get this mark at 61 receiving yards. So those are my 2 plays for Monday Night Football. I was kind of staying away from Colts props besides Nick Foles because it's kind of hard to expect what they're going to do on the run game or what they're going to do through the air.
All right, guys, 5 player props for you for Monday Night Football. Let's start the week 5-0. Start off hot, but that'll do it for our Monday Night Football picks and player props. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video. Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching.